Welcome in, everybody. Player profile, Josh Stamp. Due to technical difficulties last Wednesday night at MVR, we didn't pick up any audio, so we're redoing this interview post game Friday night after a big win over Lisbon. Josh, how you doing today?
Good. How are you?
If you couldn't tell by all the eye black on his face, great game tonight. So let's act like it's Wednesday. Last week, you guys played Jackson Milton in their last home game ever at Jackson Milton. Talk to me how you guys played, what you guys did good.
I'm very proud of our offensive line and a lot of the guys who block for our skill players. They really stepped up in the past couple weeks. We've always been a ground and pound run kind of football team. That's what Western Reserve is. I think that's what we embody pretty well. And the linemen have stepped up. Right tackle Andrew Hendricks, right guard Fisher Himes, center Nate Facillo, left guard Dylan Crute, left tackle Isaac Burnett. They've all stepped up in a tremendous way. And our running backs, I would say, have it easy because of how wide those holes are for them.
Yeah, I mean, this is a fun interview to do because I've never really done one after a game. Tonight, huge win. I think it was a 54-20 after final score over Lisbon. I mean, you guys did amazing. I mean, your linemen did awesome, creating huge holes for your running backs. Nate Hemberger had a huge game.
Yeah.
I mean, talk to me about tonight's win.
It means a lot for our school. We haven't had a home playoff win outside of COVID since 2014, almost a decade. It means a lot to the community. It means a lot to me. It means a lot to Armini, who a lot of people would question him. I don't see why. He's a great coach. He has a playoff home win under his belt, and he's got a great group of guys behind him.
Talk about your community. Driving through Western Reserve, it's such a small town, high school football. We talked Wednesday. It feels like the show Friday Night Lights. Talk to me about your community and how special it is.
It's a great community. It's a well, I would say, well coached, well versed. A lot of different people from a lot of different places. A lot of people move into Western Reserve because they want to play for us. A lot of great kids grow up from around here. A lot of great kids come in, like I said, from other places. And we are, I'd say, the word I'd use is family. We're tight knit. We have each other's backs and we play for one another.
Some things fell into place for you guys. Week 10, Lowville beat Springfield. You guys jumped up to a third spot. So you guys already had your first home playoff game. You're guaranteed that second one. How important is it to have home playoff games?
It's real important. You have to be a very, very good football team to come in and play us at home and come out with a win, especially now that it's playoffs and it means it's win or go home. There is no tomorrow. There is no next game. There is no next week. It means the lights are brighter. Everything's worth more. It's going to be a lot harder to come in and win, especially now because it's playoffs.
Fast forward a little bit where you guys are in week 12. Congrats on that. It's super tough to win playoff games in high school football in Ohio. You guys got Lowville, familiar foes. You played them earlier in the season. You guys came out victorious. They're no slouch. They're a legit team. You Springfield, and Lowville all share the title for the MVAC Scarlet. Talk to me about Lowville. How you guys going to compete? How you guys going to do? What do you expect to see out of them?
We've played them once before, like you said. We're expecting a win, but we expect to win every week. I don't think they, like you said, they're not a team we can look past and look on to the next week. We have to respect who we play, but we definitely don't fear them. It's going to be a good game. It's going to be a big game, and it's what football's about. Two rivals going at it in the playoffs.
Tonight, you guys had a huge game, huge offensive explosion. What was the key to success tonight for your offense?
I would say being coachable and executing well. If you read the papers, it's going to say a heroic effort by Nate Hemberger, but if you come to our practices, you've been around us a lot, you would know it's all a part of the plan. We don't try to give superhero efforts, but if we have a hot hand, we're going to feed it.
I mean, Nate Hemberger's not scoring 7 touchdowns without your offensive line. I mean, without every piece falling into place. He balled out tonight, literally. 7 touchdowns is insane. Talk to me about how your defense helped you guys not score so many points.
Well, Nate's a big part of the defense, too. I think he also broke the school record for tackles in a season, which is no small thing. He's a great player. Joey Sigworth, I'd say he's an all-Ohio linebacker. We have Chris Pater, who's a sophomore, one of probably the best defensive back on our team, period. Luke Henning, great ball hawk. Dar McCarty comes down and fills the alleys from safety. He's also a great ball hawk. We have on the other side, Brock Wellman. I think he's let up a whole, one touchdown this whole season. We've got a lot of ball hawks out there, and on our defensive line, we have 3. Without an injury, we'd have 4 solid defensive ends who go after the quarterback, and then we have Big Nate Fasillo in the middle, who eats up 3 guys on some plays. You watch it on film, and it's just we all play for one another. We don't try to have a superhero effort every single game.
Wednesday night, your mom was talking to me about bringing it back to junior high. Talk to me what was so special about your junior high season.
There's one for the memories, I'll tell you that. It was 220-something points we scored, and we only let up 14 that entire year. 8-0, one of Coach Hall's few 8-0 undefeated championship seasons. And one to that magnitude, allowing 14 points, it's unheard of. I've never heard of it. And same thing, we keep true to ourselves. We stay within ourselves. We play for one another like we've been doing, and it's led to the success we have now.
When you were in junior high, in elementary, who were some of the kids that you looked up to? Or even when you were in high school, you were a little freshman, sophomore, looking up to those older guys. Who were some of those guys that were great leaders that formed you to be a great leader?
Definitely when I was a lot younger, I would idolize guys like Ryan Slavin and Adam Gatro are 2 big ones that come to mind. When I got a little bit older, like in middle school more, I was always watching Todd Henning and Jimmy Mayberry every Friday night. Mm-hmm. When I played on the team as a freshman, Russ Adair, I watched him play against McDonald. It inspired me to be the person I tried to be, give 100% effort every play, and just, gut it all out and leave nothing on the field.
And now let's play devil's advocate. Who's going to be the senior leader that's just like you? You're a great leader. I mean, Coach Armini, when I talked to him Wednesday night, he couldn't talk higher of you as a senior leader and loves having you in the locker room, knows you're always going to be there for your teammates. Who are some of those younger classmen that are going to be the great, phenomenal senior leaders and could even be leaders going on the rest of the playoffs, even the next year or two?
Definitely right now, one big one that comes to mind is Chris Pater. The kid is absolutely amazing at football and is absolutely an amazing person. He performs well in the classroom, performs even better on the football field. And tonight, he had an injury around his ankle, and he gutted it out and played through it, which you don't see a lot of sophomores doing. Last year as a freshman, he would tackle guys in the open field who are bigger than most guys I've ever seen. He's definitely special, and he's definitely going to continue to be special this year and the next years. He's only a sophomore. He's got 2 more years left. He's only going to get better from here. The sky's the limit for him. Another guy, Dylan Crute, started as a freshman, playing as a sophomore, has his feet wet in football. He's got, I think, 18 games now under his belt. We're losing a lot of seniors this year, but the guys coming in after are going to be, if not just as good, better. Other guys who are even younger, Carson Myers comes to mind. He got some varsity time tonight. He's well coachable, great kid. My brother, Caleb Stam, a great kid. He's coachable. He listens. He grew up with me. I like to think I helped him out a little bit here and there, being an older brother.
He gives you the thumbs up.
They have a very bright future ahead of them, and I hear some people say, well, after this year, you guys are not going to be very good. After this year, you guys are going to take a big drop off. I wholeheartedly believe that there will be no missed beats. There will be no misstep. I think our coach told us he told us yesterday, actually. He said, you guys are the foundation of what we want to build here. And I believe guys like Chris Pater, Dylan, Caleb, Carson, all those guys are going to continue to build it up and make it what it should be.
All right. Got to get to the heart now. Who are some of the coaches? Who are some of the people that have formed you to be the young man that you are, that are going to make you survive in the world, be the perfect person you could be in the world?
Definitely my mother and father. Both of them have influenced me greatly. They've kept my head straight when sometimes I almost lost it. They have guided me in more ways than I can even think of. My brother, definitely, he's helped me. Even being a little brother, he's definitely helped me out in my life. 2 or 3 coaches that come to mind, definitely Coach Hall, middle school coach. One of the greatest football minds I've ever been around. He taught me so much about the game of football and about the game of life. Now, definitely Coach Armini. He tells me often that he says, you have the maturity to run your own household. And I don't know where he gets it from, but he tells me that all the time. And he has molded me into a leader that he needs, or the guy that everybody needs, really. Another coach definitely would be KJ, he's a great guy. He keeps the energy up. He is our strength and conditioning coach. He's taught me how to be a leader outside of using your words. You can do it with your actions, which is a valuable thing that a lot of guys don't have nowadays.
Your fans tonight were so unbelievably loud. I remember I had to ask Uncle Billy for a second, the guy, Uncle Billy Capbianca that called the game with me tonight. I'm like, is this how loud fan crowds usually are? I'm like, because I'm just so used to playing. Like, I haven't been to a loud crowd like that in forever.
Yeah.
Watching a game, and your fans were so loud. Talk to me how important your fans are.
They are the backbone, I would consider, of this football team. They definitely, when things go wrong, you know. When things go right, you definitely know. When there's a bad call, you definitely know. They are crazy. There's no other word I can really put it. They definitely keep us in the game when things start going wrong. They keep us in it, and they're loyal. They're very loyal. When things were bad, they were just the same way. Now that things are great, they're even better. Definitely one of the greatest fan bases in Ohio.
Walking up the steps today, go to the press box. I saw some crazy lady with cowbells on her shoes.
Yeah.
It was so funny to me. She may be standing 5 feet away from us right now,
Yeah.
but it's awesome. Your fans are awesome. One final question: what's been your favorite part of the season up to this point? We know you guys got a lot more weeks left. Hoping you guys got 5 more weeks left of high school football. What's been your favorite moment up to this point of high school football?
My favorite moment was definitely beating McDonald. Close second, beating Jackson. It's the last time I'd play them as rivals, and I can think of no better way than to, it was, at some points it wasn't even a game. It was Blue Devils on top the whole way. I had no doubt in my mind we were going to beat both of them. Those are definitely things I'm going to remember for the rest of my life.
Josh, thank you so much. Congrats on the win tonight.
Thank you.
Good luck next week. Go get them.
Yes, sir. Thank you.